right, now I want to wish everyone a happy Wednesday. We hope you're having a great week so far. My name is Christina, and we at TaxBandits are so excited to have you here with us. With the holidays in full swing and tax time around the corner, it's easy to get overwhelmed this time of year. But today, I'm here on behalf of TaxBandits to help you prepare and file your W-2 so you can hit the ground running in 2020. Now, just as a reminder, TaxBandits is an IRS-authorized e-file provider. While we love to talk about taxes and we have years and years of experience, we are not tax advisors. If you need assistance with preparing your returns or any other specific questions, we absolutely recommend contacting and consulting either a certified tax preparer or you can contact the IRS directly. But let's go ahead and get started. Today we'll be discussing preparing to file your Form W-2. We'll cover what exactly is a W-2, who has to file it, what sort of information will be required when you're completing your W-2, deadlines associated with the form, how you can file W-2s for your employees, and we'll have a brief Q&A session toward the end of the webinar, so be sure to stick around. So let's start with what exactly a Form W-2 is. Well, it's an annual wage and tax statement, and there are a variety of copies included in Form W-2, each with their own specific meaning. So let's take a look at IRS Form W-2 and just go over those meanings and how you can see the differences between the copies. Our first copy is copy A. And you can see in the lower left corner of each of these copies that it'll display which one it is and its purpose. So we can see that copy A is for the Social Security Administration. Copy 1 is next, and that is for the state, city, or local tax department. Here we have copy B, which is to be filed with the employee's federal tax return. Copy C, which is for the employee's records. Copy 2, which is to be filed with the employee's state, city, or local income tax return. And copy D, which is actually for the employer's records. So now that we've talked a little bit about Form W-2 and the different copies, who exactly is required to file Form W-2? For anyone that has paid one or more employees for their services in their business throughout the year, you would be required to file. And that is including cash payments as well as non-cash payments. If you've withheld any income, Social Security, or Medicare tax from wages, Form W-2 would need to be filed, and that is regardless of the actual amount of the wages. You would have to withhold income tax if the employee had claimed no more than one withholding allowance or had not claimed exemption from withholding or, on Form W-4. Or if you've paid $600 or more to the employee in wages, even if you did not withhold any income, Social Security, or Medicare tax. So these are just a few different examples of reasons you may need to file Form W-2. However, there are only a very limited number of situations in which you may not have to file. But again, for those, be sure to contact the IRS or a CPA if you're unsure. So what information is required when filing Form W-2? Well, a variety of information, of course, is required, but this is going to include details such as the employer information, the name, their EIN, their address. It will also require employee details, so again, their first and last name, their Social Security number, and their address. Any information related to wages, tips, and other compensation that were paid to the employee by the employer throughout the year will also need to be reported on Form W-2. Additionally, wages and tips that are subject to federal income, Social Security, or Medicare tax would need to be reported. If you need to report state and local income tax information on Form W-2, you would need to additionally include the state ID number and the locality name. However, a complete list of all of the information required for Form W-2 is available on the general instructions for Form W-2 and W-3 with the IRS. Or you can quickly report all of the required details using TaxBandits' interview style process when e-filing. Now that we know a little more about what's required, let's look at when you actually have to have the forms completed. The recipients, which would be the employees receiving the form, have to have their copy by January 31st of 2020. The paper filing deadline and e-file deadline are both, again, January 31st of 2020. But how can you file your Form W-2 for your employees? Well, Form W-2 can be e-filed or paper filed. However, if you're required to file for more than 250 employees, you are going to need to e-file. That is required to file electronically. Doing so can save you a great deal of time and effort. As TaxBandits is an IRS-authorized e-file provider, Form W-2 can be easily e-filed using our interview-style system. E-filing with TaxBandits is quick and easy, and our software allows you to file multiple forms at once and even file prior year tax returns. We have a wide variety of services, including federal filing, state filing, and postal mailing of the recipient copy. And our cloud-based software has built-in error checks to assist you every step of the way. We even have a prepaid credit option available to make the filing process run as smoothly as possible. Our prepaid credits not only allow you to get the best price for your filing needs, but they can also be used across multiple EINs and they never expire. You can e-file today through TaxBandits at our site, TaxBandits.com. It's as easy as creating your free account and choosing your form to get started. Now we'll go ahead and jump into our Q&A today. If you have any questions, go ahead and add those to the chat box, the questions box, and we'll wait just a few moments for those to come in. All right, now our first one here, if I file with TaxBandits, will my information be saved in my account for the next time I go to file? Well, yes, absolutely. Information such as your employer and employee details will be will be saved away in your TaxBandits account for the next time you go to file to make it even easier. All right, now someone asked if there is an additional subscription fee to file with TaxBandits. No, there is not. TaxBandits has no annual subscription fees and the actual creation of the account is free. All right, and our next question, can TaxBandits help me with other forms? So yes. In addition to assisting with the e-filing of the W-2, TaxBandits supports 1099s, 941s, 940s. We even support ACA forms. So we have a wide variety of different forms we can assist with. All right, and next up, do we have any promotional pricing available? We do, actually. In addition to the prepaid credits saving you time and making the filing process easier, the prepaid credits will also allow you to get a promotional price based on the services and volume of filings that you need. And I think we have time for one more question. So can I access copies of my return after it's filed? Absolutely. All of the copies are available to you after the form is filed in your print center, and those can be accessed at any time. All right, now thank you all so much for your questions today. We are going to go ahead and move on, but if you have any additional questions, feel free to contact us in the future. We'll list our contact details at the end, and we'd be happy to help. We'd like to invite all of you to join us for our next webinar, How to File Form 1099. Now that we've helped you with your W-2 filings, we are so excited to get you ready for the 1099 forms and the deadlines in this upcoming tax season. All right, well, thank you all so much for joining us today. Again, if you have any questions, you can reach our US-based support team by phone at 704-684-4751. You can reach us by email at support@taxbandits.com, or you can reach us by online chat at our website, taxbandits.com. But thank you all so much for joining, and have a wonderful week.